Subscribe! There was a time known as the Elizabethan era, but before the Elizabethan era, there was a time known as the Black Plague. The Black Plague was a virus that caused people to cough up blood, puke, and to develop swollen lymph nodes in their neck, armpit, and crotch areas. 1346. The virus started in Mongolia, most likely because everything is made in China. The king of Mongolia wanted to lead an army to defeat his enemies, but everyone told him that they were sick. However, the king couldn't care less. The Mongolians attacked a place called Kara. Now, you probably don't know where Kara is, and neither do I. Anyway, the Mongolians laid siege to one of Kara's cities. However, they were all sick, so many of them died. Imbeciles! You will never be victorious! You're sick! Release the prisoners! Well, biscuits. The Mongolians had literally launched their infected bodies over the wall, infecting the town, causing everyone to die. A few survivors did manage to escape, however, they were already infected. Then some merchants arrived and then left because they too had become infected. Some of the survivors managed to escape to Sicily. When the survivors arrived in Sicily, they brought the plague with them, and so they died, and so everyone else died, and so some people tried to escape. However, as people escaped from Sicily, they spread the plague all across Italy. The merchants from earlier carried the plague into France, causing everybody to die. A ship carrying a different strand of the plague lands in Genoa. Where's Genoa? I don't know. The Genoans didn't want to become sick, so they attacked the ship to drive it away. However, they had already become infected, and they died. The plague began to spread through Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, and Poland. It then spread south to Egypt and Cyprus. Venice then performed the first organized response against the Black Plague. They search boats, and any contaminated boats they burn. They also refused to accept any wine from unknown sources. That seems oddly specific. From gondolas, people would shout instructions on how to properly dispose of infected bodies. Unfortunately, some people started blaming the plague on the Jews, for some stupid reason. Many people tried to escape the plague by going inland, however this only spread the plague further. At this point, society wasn't looking all too great. Millions of people were dying. Bring out your dead! Weird religions were being started. All hail the magic conch! King Edward III's daughter, Joan, died from the Black Plague. This marked the arrival of the Black Plague to London. King Edward blamed the Black Plague on the trash and human feces littering the streets. And the king wasn't far from the truth. You see, the virus was carried by fleas, and fleas lived on rats, and rats and humans lived basically side by side at the time. Because of this, the fleas spread to humans, infecting them, and so they died. By cleaning up the city, there were less and less places for the rats to live. However, this wasn't enough, and the plague still spread, and people died. An English ship wrecks in Norway, spreading the plague and causing the people to die. After Norway, the plague spreads to Denmark and Sweden. The king of Sweden believed that by fasting on Friday and not wearing shoes on Sunday, they would be able to please God, and therefore God would remove the plague. Both of the king's brothers died. The plague then spread to Russia and Greenland. Scotland had not yet been affected by the Black Plague, and so they decided to attack England. When they were in England, some of them got sick and died. So they went back to Scotland, and a third of the population died. 1351, the spread of the plague begins to significantly decrease. Some historians say that the spread of the Black Plague was stopped through quarantine efforts. However, I tend to think that the spread of the Black Plague was stopped by the sheer amount of people who died. Because they didn't subscribe. With the massive death count, society began to change. Established social and economical systems were abolished, making it easier to work for higher wages and causing the average standard of living to rise. And there you have it, the Black Plague. Thanks for watching. Wait, there's more! Prepare to question everything you've ever known. Your life has been a lie. Chances are you recognize this guy. He's a plague doctor. Now allow me to explain why he looks the way he does. You see, back then people thought that the plague was spread through touch and smell, so the plague doctor covered himself from head to toe. Plague doctors also carried long sticks so that they could move anything they didn't want to touch. And by far, the most recognizable feature on the plague doctor is their strange mask. Plague doctors put specific herbs in the beak part of the mask to protect themselves from the plague. While the head-to-toe covering did protect them some, it wasn't nearly as effective as they expected it to be. Now, here's the mind-boggling part. The Black Plague occurred around 1350, while the plague doctors weren't seen until the 1600s. You see, there was a smaller plague, which I can't find the name of, in the 1600s, and that was when the plague doctor first appeared. Okay, let's wrap up. We're running out of time. Plague doctors were not very good doctors. You see, when the plague started, all the good doctors didn't want to get sick, and so they ran away. This left fairly untrained doctors and just normal people to tend to the patients infected by the plague. How is he, doctor? Oh, no, I'm not the doctor, I'm the blacksmith. Oh wait, I am the doctor. Uh-oh. At first, I thought the cause of death was the plague. And then I saw the knife. Alright, there are 3 syringes on my desk. Go get the green one, I think it's supposed to help. You got it, Doc. Hey, Doc, which one did you say to get? The green one. They're all green. What? What do you mean? Oh. What do we do now? Maybe all 3 of them will help? That's your second patient today, sir. Michael, that was one other time. We don't talk about Bruno, okay? You ready, Doc? I guess so. Okay. Alright, Jacob. This is a basic surgery, so just stay calm. My name's not Jacob. Yeah, I know, it's my name. Wait, what? Just try not to bleed too much. I'm rather squeamish. Mr. Robinson, I am pleased to report that you will be making a full recovery. He's dead. That's why he won our staring competition. Do you think we get paid for this? Being terrible doctors and all? I sure hope so. Yeah, so do I. You think this video will get many views? I doubt many people would want to hear about the Black Plague. Yeah, you're probably right. But at least it was fun to make. Man, all this doctoring makes me want to get a PhD. A PhD? Or is it called a degree? I don't know, I never went to college. Yeah, me neither.